Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our East Yorkshire series. You're joining me today for episode number 12. Can't believe we've actually got this far, but here we are looking at the seaside commuter line that we put in the last episode. And I want to do something a little bit different yet again this episode. It's going to be right down the other end of the map. And what I want to do is to look at the city of York here that's growing to be one of our biggest towns. As we're already delivering the goods that we set up. We've got all the line in the middle here making the steel, the plastics coming down via ship from the oil getting turned into, the crude oil's coming down getting turned into oil. That's coming up and it's all accumulating and getting turned into goods. And then the goods are coming back with the steel and the trucks are bringing it. The trains then is bringing it into town and the trucks are distributing it. But what I want to do is start looking at getting machines. Now there's two factories that make machines. There's one right up in the north here, the Beverley Machines factory, but we haven't got any sort of wood or steel or anything made in that area yet. So what I want to try and do is use the one that's down here at Snaith. And the way in which I want to do it is we're already bringing planks to the tools factory here. So what we could do is just drop an extra set of planks off on the train line that's already here. If we pull them a station in here, it'll already be in range of this factory. And then in order to get steel here, that's going to be a little bit more challenging. Now, what I think I want to do is over by the steel factory here is just put a local airfield and then fly in some steel from here down into the airport we already have at Selby here. Set up an extra truck route from the truck line here and join this road with a little, either a bridge or a tunnel underneath the railroad here onto this road. Country road, and can then take it through to the station there, and then the machines can come all the way back of those trucks back on the aeroplane back over to the steel factory and then come into York on the same train as the goods, and then from there we'll just have another line from the truck just distributing to the other side of town that needs the machines instead of the goods. So I think that's where we're going to begin this episode. What I want to do first of all is hit the pause button so we don't absolutely wipe everything we already have out. I need to break everything that's currently here. I want to get us a cargo station. There's 2 tracks. It's going to be... we might as well put high speed and catenary in with it now. We are going to want this train to stop. And to be honest, that can just connect onto there. That'll be absolutely fine. Connect that track up. We'll pull these back to give us a little bit more of a smoother curve on the way into the station. That's fine. Get some more signals in that we did get rid of. And then if we can get a country road set up here and connect to this station, we'll get rid of that old dirt road. I don't know why that didn't delete the whole thing, but there we go. If we put this into here, I'm hoping what it'll do is if I can add a side entrance like this, I'm hoping that this road here will connect. I believe that's connected, yes it is. Now if I put a station here, I want to cancel everything there, will this connect across? Did that go then? It did. If I have this road depot over here, I'm not happy with how that looks, so spin it round. I know I've got to get it pretty close here for it to work, but no, I'm not happy with that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to get this road back, come on a country road and connect around, and we'll take that underneath so it doesn't affect that railway. And then what I want to do is upgrade the roads all the way through here, just so we can keep the speed of the trucks up as well. You see here the speed limit on the 2-lane road at the bottom here says 50 miles an hour, smaller one's 37 and I know the dirt track is a little bit slower. I can't remember the exact speed because I can't purchase them anymore. I can't really show you that now either. But we want a line coming through here. Again, I want to go just underneath the rail there, so we're not interrupting anything that's already happening. And then that's the infrastructure this side that we need. But what I do need to do is, on this Snaith lumber line, I need to add a stop. So after Snaith here, we also want to call in at the Snaith exchange, so it'll hopefully start bringing some wooden planks down here. We may need to add another train on the line. We've got 3 trains at the minute. One's currently just left the first station, one's just left the third. So, oh no, sorry, we've only got 2 trains at the minute, so we definitely will want another one. So I'll do that now before I forget. Gives us another train there just to increase the amount, because obviously the tools factory is going to get less now because this factory is going to be demanding more as well. So that's wood sorted down to here. Now we need to find a way to get the steel across. And what I wanted to do here is to just get a local small cargo airfield. Now with this, I want to get it as close into the factory as I can, simply because I want it, once I put a road attached to this, I want to make sure that this connects to that train station, which it does, perfect. So it's connected to the steel, so we can pick the steel up by aeroplane, take that over and get the trucks involved. So I'll do that now. And I want some cargo planes that can go from a small airfield, which is hopefully all of these. I think if we start off with what we're already using, and we go for 2 of those, I want a new line from Weldrake Airfield. We want to go to the cargo hub over at Selby. So that's going to be AF for air freight. That's going to be Weldrake to Selby steel. Well, it's actually going to be steel / machines, because it's hopefully going to be bringing machines back with them. Right, so that brings the machines into here. From there, then we need another line from the truck station here over to... I did not put a truck station in over here. Okay. So that needs to come over to the truck station this end. Let me pick up where I left off with that one. Line 1. So from Lower Selby, then we want it to come to the factory here. So at Lower Selby, we want a full load, and we want it to wait indefinitely. And we only want it to load up there with steel. Okay, and we want it to unload machines. And then when it gets to Snaith, we'll only have load if available, just because it can mess things up sometimes. What we do want to do is unload the steel there and collect the machines. That's going to be RF for road freight, and it's going to be Snaith machines. Okay, so we'll put a couple of vehicles on there. I think we have a vehicle depot. Do we not have a vehicle depot down this end? We'll just get some from just outside of town here. That's not a problem. So we need steel and machines. It's going to have to be this all cargo one. We can now do the 37 mile an hour. I'll put 4 on here for now, just because we've only got the 2 aircraft coming, so we'll see how that goes. We might have to add some more. But hopefully now that's steel and planks to machines factory, which will give us machines that can come back to the airfield. The airfield will bring them back to the airfield at Weldrake. They are in range of the train. Now the train's got the normal big square wagons, I forget the name, the boxcar. They can carry machines as well as goods. So we're okay with that at the minute. So that can carry them down to the train station. Train station is in catchment area of the truck station. So now what we need to do is see where it is. Where do they want these machines? So we're currently dropping off here where the goods want to be disputed, but we're going to need another truck stop over in this area. I get a truck stop, turn that off just so I've got a bit better view. So that's the ideal location in the middle there. But it does look like we need to upgrade some roads. They look like small roads, and they are. So what we'll do... That did cost me a bit. If I can even add a bus lane to there, I will do where they're stopping. And then I'm going to need a new line from the train station to the drop-off. And that is going to be RF for road freight. And this is York Machines Delivery. Okay, and then we need to put some vehicles on that route. They're going to be carry machines, so again we're going to have these all cargo vehicle, and we'll put 4 at this end. And if I turn on the little eye, it just gives you the lines you can see, which makes it easier. York Machines Delivery, there we go. So I'm hoping, guys, that now covered us off and we've got everything we need. I just want to make sure that these truck stops, they are using a different stop than the other line. They are. Okay, so we'll hit play and see what happens. So, hopefully what will happen is this guy here will pick up and start to understand that it can get what it needs to all the way to York. And he'll start seeing York as a possible delivery place. Or as a consumer at least, and it'll start having the demand. And then the lumber mill here should start seeing this Snaith Machines factory. And that's when we'll know that everything's sort of kicking in. So if I pin this, as soon as that kicks in, so this, there we go, the Machines factory. So it now knows it can drop off at the Machines factory. The Machines factory doesn't know York yet, but if this steel mill knows that it can drop off, it does Snaith Machines factory. So that's definitely linked all the way to the Machines factory. I take it these guys are both in the air. They are. He's already got 2 steel on him, so he'll drop that off. Ah, this might be a problem now. So with this line, we're going to have to tell them to not wait for a full load. We're just going to have to say load if available, otherwise he's just going to be holding them up. I mean, we could just put an extra port in, but hopefully the increased frequency by that going all the way there and back constantly should increase the frequency to the line anyway. So by the time this guy gets back, he can carry 14 steel, just 28 there, so that should all work out pretty well. We still don't have the consumers here, but I'm thinking that'll kick in as soon as some steel arrives. I'm just going to send this one with only 2 steel in it first, just to kick the system into touch. Because if we get some planks delivered, which we haven't yet, but the next train that comes down with planks on should hopefully have some. It should have some for that factory, but it is only going to be giving it a very small amount to start with. We really could do with increasing the amount of wood that this is getting delivered to this station as well. Because it's 2-to-1 on the planks, we could do with an extra line just bringing wood down here. That'll really increase everything. I'm just really mindful about increasing down here, because as soon as the Dinara Castle ships that are currently bringing fuel down and tools back go out of service, we've got to find another way of getting these tools all the way up to Hull. Because after these guys, if I show you on here what we would normally replace these with, there's no ships anymore that can carry fuel one way and then the tools the other way. As you can see here, the ships are all fuels or other cargo. They can either do the tools or the fuel. So we're going to have to completely redesign that route now. As soon as these Dinara Castles get old and we can't replace them anymore, it's going to need a complete rework that. So I'm not sure. We can still run the ships down with the fuel, but they're going to be going all the way back empty. Unless we stop somewhere else on the way back. Possibly we could use this line as... I was going to say to bring these back, but we need to get the crude oil down here for that in the first place, so not even that really. But we'll see. Maybe that's when we get there, start getting the fuel onto the main line down here, and we have to start adding some freight into the main line and bringing it into Selby that way. That could be an idea. Hopefully one of these guys on the way down, here we go, he's coming through and he's kept 4. Hopefully he'll drop this here. As you can see, that's just been dropped off, which was the first bit of steel. And now we've dropped, here we go. Now we're laughing. Is he going to pick some machines up? He is, which means he knows where they're going, and they're going to York. Perfect. So that's that line all set up, guys. So we'll keep an eye on seeing where the jams are of stuff that we need to... Well, we can see already here we're going to have to upgrade this. It might be a case of just upgrading these 2 aircraft to start with. So we need cargo, and we need small. And at the minute we're carrying 14. We have all cargo here, 10, 8. Looks like 14's actually the most, so we're just going to have to go with more. Another 2 aeroplanes. Steel's being managed a lot better here. We did sort out the coal situation last time. Well, as I say that, I'll have a look at 0, but another train's coming in. I did do, as I said, guys, and after the episode last time, I did double up this coal line, as you can see all the way along here. Now, I'm not 100% happy with the fact of how it goes around the outside of this station, but it does mean we're doubling up on the coal that's coming in now. It may even need a 3rd train on there by the look of it, because there's so much backed up, this 120 that's being dropped off, which these are quite long trains, by the way. You can see this guy here, it's dropping up, sorry, nearly 200 coal. As you can see, that's going to disappear before the other train gets here. The other train's only just here now. I suppose it isn't a million miles away, but if we can upgrade those trains and make them a little bit quicker, it might help. Let's see what we're currently running. Oh, instead of replace, let's go to edit. So we've currently got the BR bads at 56 mile an hour. I'm wondering whether we start, not multiple units, whether we start going diesel on these now. Get some no-habs in at 75. Attractive effort of 200 and power of 1400. It's a massive increase. Yeah, let's go for it. And of course, it's gone and put those trains right at the end, which we don't want, so cancel that. Edit. I want to try and add a train to the front, but I think it's putting it at the back. So what we'll do, they've got 192 capacity, we'll just replace them with no hubs. Go for cargo. Coal here. We can get this up to 192 or even a little bit more. 208. There we go. And then we've got the no hub. 208. This should get up to speed a little bit quicker as well, and we've got the new carts. The new cargo trucks there, even the coal trucks do look a lot better. Is he going to get up to speed at all at 75 mile an hour? I would expect him to, but it's not the longest stretch in the world, to be honest with you. He's pulling a hell of a lot of weight. But either way, there's a little bit more coal on board and he's going to be getting a little bit quicker. The top speed before was 50, so we're getting to a little bit faster. Might just make it to 60, but yeah, there we go. And you can see he's just that second run out of coal as we got there. So now the other train's going to be coming in with one carriage more. I think we should have just sort of beat that deficit. Now we should constantly have coal. And there we go, you can see there's now machines and goods waiting here. The first loads of machines going on the train to York. Might mean now we can add another couple of carts to that. Because now we're expecting it to carry extra things. We need to keep up as many goods as we were already getting, but also now bring in these guys just doing circles. Goods delivery. There we go. There's the first tools picked up, I believe. Let's have a look at York. Have we had any? Oh, we have already had a machines delivery. Given a 0% at the minute, but as that picks up and we start getting more, that should be great. What I should be doing though is telling, not the goods line, the machines line. At York Halt, I want them to wait for a full load there. Because at the minute they're just roaming the city for no reason, creating extra traffic. At least then when they do drop off, it'll be a half decent amount that's getting sent into the town. And then I want to just check on that passenger line that we set up in the last episode again. And see how we're doing. We've got this end. There's only 7 people waiting here, but the train has just left with 40. How are we doing on finances? It's actually only just about breaking even. It might still just be bedding in for the time being. That train's just left with 41. And there's 17 waiting. Bus stations look pretty much okay and like they are being dealt with. 11 here, so it might just take a little bit more time to bed in. What we might end up doing is, on this line, is having the little electrical unit, electrical multiple units. Little red arrows, they're pretty cool. 78 mile an hour, they're more like little shuttle buses, but we could have 4 or 5 of them on there just shuttling people to and from the airport. Looks like we've got a lot of fuel here. It's only 47. I'll get picked up when this guy comes back and drops his tools off. Down in the town here, that looks like a lot of arcade. What I don't want is everything backing up like this. It shouldn't be waiting like that. We can't have that. No, they have actually just got a maximum time. We'll just turn that down a little bit because that's just going to ruin everything if we allow that to continue. That was backing up the trams and everything. The whole city had ground to a halt then, which we cannot have. 85 people waiting here. Wonder whether we have a new tram yet that we can upgrade to. We've currently got these T1s which carry 23, 26, but they are a bit slower. I think we're going to go for that simply because they don't really get up to speed around the city anyway. They're constantly in traffic anyway, so hopefully that'll ease a little bit of that. This train just picked up 41. That's not great, but let's check the balances. We've got any big time losers that we need to keep an eye on. Selby York bus. The seaside commuter we're aware of, that's still settling in. There's nothing massive here. But on the other side, we're making 12 million. The coal line now, we've upgraded those trains, is going crazy. The Hull Driffield, that's the main line that we've got running around. The Withensea crude oil has always been a money printer for us, and the Snaith lumber line's now making a lot more. So just to finish off, guys, before we end this episode out, just have a look. We've got a full set of 11 going back there. Supplies wise, it's actually the wood that we are waiting for, but 25's coming down now. We've got 66. So if that just keeps ramping up, in the next episode we might look at electrifying and bringing this wood line into the, well, I was going to say into the 19th century, but the 20th century. And we'll go from there. thanks a lot for joining me again, guys. Hopefully you'll stay tuned and I'll see you in the next one.